is welcome. So there is some really yummy, indulgent, prominent astrology that's taking place over the course of the next few days. Now more so than ever is a fantastic opportunity to really book a reading, get a tarot card reading, book with me over at rubyreadstarot.com. And I say that because when there is so much potent astrology, there is energy portals that are open. And so really plugging into your own energy by getting these tarot card readings done, I think it kind of opens up new pockets of information that may otherwise have been sort of closed in. So if you feel called to, do book a reading, rubyreadstarot.com. Tomorrow, the 19th of April, I've been talking about this to a lot of the other signs, and I think it's really quite a significant day. Mercury, which happens to be in the sign of Aries, currently in retrograde, is conjuncting Venus in the sign of Aries, and I think this is one of those passionate days to really be open and honest in the most passionate and loving way about who it is that you might want to confess your loving feelings to. On the same day, Mercury in Aries is conjuncting Venus in Aries, and it's, I think, one of those opportunities where, the sun is entering Taurus. So it's officially the last day of Aries season today, and tomorrow we move into Taurus season, grounded, earthy, really sensual. And I think now it's probably a really good idea to allow yourself to be lazy. And I say this in the most productive way. Taurus energy isn't about the fussing and the rushing and the overdoing it. So good to see you too, Susan. Welcome. And it's more about kind of letting yourself enjoy the pleasures of life and plodding along your next move on the way. Do you know what I mean? It's not that hyper intense energy of like Aries or even Virgo or Capricorn. It has its own way, marches to the beat of its own drum, and it's about getting as much fun and pleasure out of the situation as possible. And so there's no need to fuss. Take it easy, it'll get done. And live by that motto for the rest of the month, I think. For this season at least, Taurus season. And I say this because with this Mars in Pisces sextiling Uranus and Taurus, take a gamble on what you normally would overlook but really want. So the choice that you wouldn't normally make, be a little bit risky. Do something differently, okay? Jupiter in Taurus is conjuncting Uranus in Taurus, and that only happens every 12 years. This is all about the adventure. It's about some bold, grand burst of energy, of shaking things up in the best possible way. Make a positive wish, and I think with this you're about to open new opportunities, open yourself up to new opportunities. Just allow yourself to go with the flow of the magic with this particular conjunction. Once every 12 years, keep your vibrations as high as possible, keep your energy up, stay as positive as possible. Do you know, on the 21st is finally going direct in the sign of Virgo, and this takes off the finicky pressure that we might have been putting on small details of our life. So again, allow yourself to be in a good mood and enjoy the pleasures of life. Energy for this time being, for general, all signs, doesn't matter what sign you are, we start with Knight of Wands. Here is this energy of being adventurous, being tenacious, wanting to have an adventure, right? Seeking the pleasures of life, going where it feels good. I would say in the near future, plan a trip, plan a journey, somewhere where you're traveling at a fast speed. Go and have an adventure, let your hair down, be fun, be flirty, non-committal, but seek the fun as much as possible. Okay, so what else do we have? There is a full moon in the sign of Scorpio on the 3rd, and it's intense. And it might be one of those full moons where you're being kind of pushed to your emotional brink. I've done 3 readings today, and in every single reading, this High Priestess has come out. And I feel like we're stepping into this intuitive, feminine energy of creation. There is a need, I think, to really understand your own kinks and quirks right now. I think this full moon is bringing forward some sort of emotional offering. It's a rather substantial, rather official, but rather quite a pleasant emotional invitation. Someone's making outreach, and I think what they're really quite attracted, actually, this is a lot of options here. Do you see this High Priestess surrounded by these 2 knights? If I'm to read it in some way, it is kind of saying that there is 2 pursuing the one, and they're both making moves or actions towards the one. I don't know who this message is for, but it's just coming to me right now. There is a feminine that is being brought 2 offers, one by a water sign and one by a fire sign, and one happens to be really nice and really fun and really just flirty, and the other one is quite emotional and it's quite dark and it's quite happy, but I think you like it. I don't know who that was for, but other than that, if you are that High Priestess, please make sure you're enjoying this. Okay, what other messages can we get for the general collective and their highest and best good? 5 cards out there, right? Justice, Libra energy, the 5 of Pentacles, the Lover's energy, the 3 of Swords, and the Knight of Pentacles. That's 3 knights out of 4 surrounding this High Priestess. Whoever this feminine is, she has a lot of options. I'm just going to put it that way. And if it's not a lot of like physical love options, I think there is this High Priestess energy that really needs to be embodied right now, regardless of what sex you are. This is about the intuitive knowing. We're stepping into the Scorpio full moon, and this is all about the dark secrets, the taboo subjects, the sensuality, the sexuality, the pleasure seeking, right? And there is this High Priestess here who's very, you know, experienced and knowledged. So being in this energy, I think you might find that all of the things that make you as well equipped to handle life are the very same things that are massively attractive about you right now and is drawing a lot of suitors in. Those that want to have fun and those that want to go on adventures, those that are emotionally deep and want to pull you right into the depth of their oceans, emotional waters, and others that are literally bringing you tangibles, bringing you finances, offering you money. There is some sort of justice that's being brought about after a period of poverty. This could even have been betrayal in relationships, and this could have even have been things that just didn't seem to be making a lot of sense. Because I think there was a lot of triggers, traumas, and hurt involved in the situation. What do I have to say about this Lovers and this Knight of... Sorry, this Lovers and this 3 of Swords? Kerfuffle, a big mess, a big jumble. Whatever the energy was jumbled up. It needed alignment. There was too much lack poverty mindset going on, and there needed to be balance brought to the situation. And there was already pre-existing traumas, hurts, and triggers that affected this relationship, and it's about setting yourself free now. It's about letting go of the pre-programs that society might have brought you to, surrendering to the fact that certain things are no longer applicable in your life and that you might have to really like move on from them, and also understanding that there is a attractiveness to liberty, and those that are really confident and free in their demeanor, and those that perhaps understand that nothing is permanent. will be able to, I think, allow themselves to surrender to this real heavy hurt, heartbreak, lack energy. It's about bringing balance into relationships, not hindering them or ruining them further by bringing pre-existing trauma into the matters. It's about liberation. At this point, it's about liberation. Taurus season tomorrow is literally saying the options that you want for whatever you need are absolutely present and available. Honor what you know, honor your experience, honor the things that you have studied and researched. Balance that needs to be brought to sacred relationships will come after the healing of this feeling of lack, brokenheartedness, martyr syndrome. Surrender all of it, including the conflict and the being in a double mind or two minds, and understand that a decision needs to be made about something that has to, a convention that has to come down, because there's planning and preparation involved, where there's work to be done in regards to opening new doors. So the more you remain fixated, the more it makes you stuck. There's no need for fuss and kerfuffle in the external, when right now there might be a need for you to be really soft and gentle with yourself, because things are about to get lucky once you allow yourself to get off the hook, let yourself have some fun, and emotionally connect with the options and the people, the love situations, partnerships that are being brought forward to you. And here is the Queen of Swords. A lot of this has to do with how much you're willing to analyze and analytically approach the situation. There's no emotion here. There's no need for you to go over the top with it. I'm being tempted to pull the Goddess Guidance Oracle cards for this one. So the tarot reading, for whoever that was. Let's get some Goddess Guidance Oracle cards for Taurus season and the energy that may need to be addressed currently. Let's get some messages in the highest and best good for all involved. First one out the bat. Arakura, blossoming. You're just getting started, so have patience with yourself and the process and do not give up. Patience with yourself. You're just getting started. Have patience with the process. Now is not the time to give up. Blossoming. It's about time that the flowers have started to bloom. A lot of you will be getting evidences that this isn't the time to give up, because there is progress being made. And patience is a virtue. So for some of you, this might actually be a lesson in patience and appreciating where you're at and appreciating the beauty in where you're at right now. And I think patience isn't necessarily a bad thing, because if you understand that you have to be patient about something, but you decide that you're going to have a really good time while you're being patient, that's kind of like you overriding all of the negativity associated to waiting. If you are going to affirm to yourself that I have everything that I need, and literally be as brazen about it as that, you'll be good. Undying love. The love you've shared is eternal regardless of the situation. So some of you gave out a lot of love, and that love, that energy of love is eternal, and that's going to live forever. And I think that in itself is so beautiful. Coventina, purification. It's time for cleansing, detoxification of your body and mind. There might be substances that some of you need to get out of your system. Medications, I don't know, foods, decalcify your pineal glands. I think it's time to take control, I think, and have a bit of a purge of certain energies and substances. Freya, bold. Unleash your adventurous side, take risks and be daring. And Butterfly Maiden, transformation. You're experiencing an enormous change right now, which brings great blessings. I think that's really nice. You know, you're just getting started, so have patience with yourself and the process and do not give up. It is time for a cleansing detoxification of your body and mind. And so unleash your adventurous side, take risks, and be daring, because you are now experiencing enormous change right now, which brings great blessings. I think that's really nice. Trust what you know. The astrology over the next few days, especially on the 20th, is going to be potent. So do your best to work yourself into this full moon energy, and Mercury going direct, of course, and Mars going home into this fire sign of Aries, the Sun going into Taurus, Venus going home into Taurus. Big things happening, guys. I think that's all I have for you now. If you enjoyed the reading, please do give it a thumbs up. Book a reading with me over at rubyreadstarot.com, as I already said. Now, with these big astrological events taking place, is a really good time to book a reading, because energy pools are open. We can get into your energies with the tarot and piece together messages that you might need or may not felt like you had the information of before. I look forward to hearing from you guys. Do take care, and I shall catch you again soon. Take it easy.